for one another.
We knew we needed an extraordinary love to withstand past relationship experiences, everyday bad choices, and our past hurts.
It is clear that we were brought together as one for a purpose. And as we share our love story, we pray that from our experiences, you can gain positive takeaways to use in your own life and relationship.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You already know.
All
welcome in. All that. Welcome in. And welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back to another exciting and informative Conversations with the Lovebirds. We're your hosts. I'm William Bird.
Hey guys, I'm Darlene Bird.
Together we love love.
We love people.
And we love you. Welcome back, everybody. Especially all my championship, NFC championship, Eagles fans. Yo, y'all did the dang thing out there, baby. Love the spirit, love the energy. That's all. I can't even see y'all. Let me take some. I just wanted to come in hot and heavy tonight. So I'm back. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us. Yes, it's been a great week. That's right, because the Eagles won.
Yes, they did.
We're going to the ship.
And we're going to win again.
And we're going to win
the big game. The big game. So we're excited.
We're definitely excited.
Go Birds. And go LoveByrds.
And go LoveByrds.
So we're back for another episode of Conversations with the Lovebird.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to share with you all. So go ahead and tag in. Let somebody know that the Lovebirds are on. Grab your boo and say, let's listen. The Lovebirds are in. They're just having a conversation.
There you go.
And we're in this whole new vein about relationship vitality.
Absolutely.
You know, why just make it through or make do when you can really shine and you can really have relationships that are fun and healthy and full of what we call vitality.
Vitality, yes.
So we are going for vitality in this relationship, and we encourage you to journey with us as we're uncovering what it means to have a relationship that's filled with vitality and what are the vitals that would make for a relationship that's full of vitality. So that's what we're going to be sharing, different things with you. And if you have some things to share, tag us, hit us, inbox us so you can share, because we're all learning from each other on this journey.
Absolutely.
But we have decided that we're going to have a healthy relationship that's filled with vitality, where it's not going to be boring. It's not going to be just mundane. And we're just not going to fall back, but we're going to take this thing by the horns and we're going to just ride until the wheels fall off. So
absolutely,
we're looking to have some fun in this.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So hopefully you'll be journeying with us.
Stepping out on that good foot, starting your day with some enthusiasm. Finding all the vitals.
Did you share? I don't have my phone.
No, I didn't share anything. I'm
hey guys,
with you today, baby.
Let us know you. I don't have my phone to check, but that's okay. But let us know that you're with us.
Yes.
So say hello to us in the comments. Let us know that you're tracking along with us. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So one of the things that we feel, and we have a whole list of things that we feel are vital if you're going to have a relationship that's filled with vitality. We have a whole slew of things that we're going to be sharing. We're going to take our time with this because we feel like it's important to get to have those next level relationships. So that's what we're trying to do. And so we're going to take it slow. But today, let me see, what are we going to call these? Vitality vitals?
The vitals.
One of the vitality vitals.
The vitals. That's what we've been calling it anyhow.
We've been calling them the vitals.
We're just calling the vitals.
Vitals for vitality. Vitals for a vital relationship.
The vitals for a vital relationship. Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna
what you need.
We're gonna be sharing those V's for a while.
V's for a while.
So hang in there with us as we're working through this. But listen, the number one vitality vital is created.
Yes.
Created.
What you mean by created, baby?
Let's just put created in the comments.
Created in the comments. I will put created in the comments.
Yeah.
That's CREATIT.
Created
in the comments.
That's right.
Created.
And that's one of the vitality vitals. And what I mean by that, thank you, Wanda, for sharing, that one of the things that there's a quote. There's a perfect quote. I don't even have to. Let me just share this perfect quote. It's by Paul Meyer. And the quote says, whatever you vividly imagine,
Mhm.
okay, so that's a keyword, imagine,
Yes.
and ardently desire, that's a keyword,
Ardently
desire,
I like
right?
that. Okay.
And sincerely believe,
Yes.
okay,
And
imagine, desire, believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass.
mm, mm, mm.
That is power
That is a powerful statement.
packed. And that
Yes.
quote fully explains what we mean when we talk about creating it.
Mhm.
So whatever you vividly imagine,
Yes.
okay, ardently desire,
Yes.
sincerely believe,
Yes.
and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. Inevitably.
Yes.
Inevitably.
What does that sound like to you, honey?
That sounds like speaking it. Let me tell you, oh my God, I just had a thought.
Okay.
So my kids would say, you know, if I would say, have an idea about something,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk about it over and over again, my kids would say, you know, Mom been talking about that for, you know, a couple years. She done said it several times. Mom is seeing it. Mom is seeing that, you know, in her mind's eye. She's already seeing it. It's going to happen. Mom's going to make that thing happen. And they would just laugh among themselves. You know, she keeps talking about that. So, you know, what's going to happen. I mean, it happened several times, even with, you know, some of the businesses that I've had where I've seen it. So I vividly imagined those things. And then I ardently desired those things. And then I sincerely believed that I could do it or achieve it or obtain it, right? And I enthusiastically acted upon it as if it was a done deal. And inevitably, those things did come to pass. So it reminds me of that, like where you're putting your effort and your concentration. Are you seeing it? Are you moving forward in that direction? It also reminds me a lot about the love story, I have to say, the LoveByrds story. It reminds me a lot about the LoveByrds story.
Speaks directly to the love.
Yeah, well, yes, it does. In a number of ways.
For me, it does.
Right. Absolutely for you, because did you vividly imagine something?
Absolutely.
And
I saw it. No.
Did you ardently desire?
So let me see what you're trying to say in this whole deal. So, in creating it is just like speaking it into life. Speaking life into your situation. We talk about that in church and in Bible studies and all that. Speaking life into your situation.
Right.
Or having a mindset that it's already there and you just need to believe in the process. So as far as the LoveByrds story is concerned, there was, there's this great big belief that this great mind, first of all, creating it all starts in your mind. So we're talking about
first you got to imagine it.
So you have to imagine. So it has to be something in your mind. And you
desired it in your heart.
Right. And then once you create it, then you start to desire those things. And then you start to believe it can happen. And then you act upon it.
Okay.
It's a sincere desire. It's an ardent desire, as they coined the phrase. But the most important part out of all of it, though, for me probably is, and I talked about this in our last conversation, where I thought that vitality was something. There was something you had to do. There had to be an action to go along with the mindset. So for me, it was, it was all of those things, speaking it into existence, speaking it in my head, having a positive belief and thinking, that those things can come to pass. And then they eventually did come to pass.
Okay. So specifically, you saw what?
So I saw, first of all, I saw love. There was a lot of love. I saw quite a few possibilities. I saw travel. I even spoke about it. If you go to the speech on the beach starts on page 71 of LoveByrds story. So y'all know I was ready for this. If you go to the speech on the beach, I kind of lay out a map of what our love would look like, how things would turn out, or how things would be, how they would go, what we would do, so speaking those things into our relationship very early on kind of set the tone for where our relationship is now, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So you do create what you believe and speak into your own existence.
Mm-hmm.
So
So that's good, because you had something that you could vividly imagine,
right,
and you had an ardent desire,
yes,
and you sincerely believed that it could happen,
absolutely,
and you enthusiastically acted upon it, and it inevitably came to pass.
yes.
And I must say, at the time, I'm hearing all of this really for the first time, really, really very much so for the first time, you just sharing the vision and sharing what you see and what you saw and what our relationship could be,
Okay.
What it could look like, what it could do to other people. So you did see it before it was created. And that's powerful. That's very, very powerful.
Absolutely.
I was looking at that before.
It works along the lines of law of attraction, if you ask me. You attract what you want. If you're going to speak negativity into your life, and chaos is going to be chaotic in your life. If you speak positivity, if you speak,
and there's a lot of that.
And prayer and
there's
stuff
a lot.
Like that.
There's a lot of, and we need to talk about it, because there's a lot of negative self-talk about ourselves.
Yes.
Sometimes we're our own worst critic, or we're perfectionists, and we just have so much negative self-talk about our individual selves sometimes that, we say stuff about ourselves or to our own selves that we would never say to a friend or to a daughter or to anybody that we love. We just have, I don't know where it comes from, but it's prevalent, and it's something that we need to be aware of and put a stop to it. And not just about ourselves, but in our relationships too. We talk about what it'll never be, or what we'll never have, or what you'll never be, or what you'll never have, and all those types of things, more so than the opposite end of the continuum of talking about what things can be. So you know what, when at page 71, I just want to say there was something else on page 71 before that thing started.
Now this is not, but negative self-talk is so hard to get away from with everything that's going on. How do you manage to navigate to slow down the negative self-talk?
It's going to take effort. It's going to take effort. It's going to take work. But one of the things that we're going to counteract that with, and one of the things that we're sharing when we're talking about created, that's the whole topic for today, is created. Speaking the opposite. Speaking those things. I am healthy. I am whole. I will get better. I will get through this. And writing those declarations down and putting them on a mirror or put them wherever you need to put them, on the refrigerator or whatever. And the same thing about your relationship. So having the vision to see what it can be. I just noticed something else in here, baby, on page 71. Before we started talking about the summer, was that here's a sentence that says, it says, by this time, I was feeling like it was time to let my guard down just a bit. And I gave Billy a new name that I would call him. His friends and family called him Bilal. And I told him that Bilal was not husband material. And so it was right then that I changed his name to Sweet William. So instead of, all of the stuff that went with Bilal, and a lot of it wasn't wasn't good stuff. That I had to see past that, and there was a lot of history up there with being Bilal and all the stuff that came with being crazy Bilal, party animal Bilal, doing whatever they doing. That's what we all, just, there's a lot of stuff that went with Bilal, that this is another way to create what I wanted.
Absolutely.
You were now no longer Bilal. You were now Sweet William. So now that's a way of speaking it and creating it into something else. I know what it's been. I know what people have said. I know some of those stories. I'm still finding out stories, but speaking it and creating something different. So guys, it's just there's power in words, and we heard people say that, but there really, really is. And so we're encouraging you for yourselves as individuals, and more importantly for your relationship. What can it be? What can you create? I got another story. I'm sorry.
You got to know. And I was just saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to give them like things you can do, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes hard saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that mindset, you got to get up. You got to get up in the morning with a can-do attitude. You got to. I'm just looking for some practical ways. We're not talking about complimenting yourself, looking in the mirror, saying, I am more valuable. I am worth, worth this, and I'm going to do better, or I want to be better. You got to speak those kind of words. Like I say, I get up every morning, man. It's get up, get on the good foot to start my day, and that kind of sets the tone for creating what I want, and
and even in the relationship.
Even
every morning when you get up, you grab me. You rub,
did I show you the picture of the dipper this morning?
You rub on me. You say a little prayer, and you give me a little kiss. But just the setting the tone for the day, and setting the tone for the relationship. Now I'm gonna, you're talking about homework and things that people can do. I'm gonna encourage the relationships that are watching this week to write down the vision. Some vision points that you have for your relationship. And it reminds me of when I was moved to Atlanta from Philadelphia with PNC Bank, and I had to hire 200 people and staff this whole thing. And one of the things that I did was I had a session where we just did some envisioning as a team, and as a staff, and as a team, and all the employees, like, hey guys, we have an opportunity to create the work environment that we want. So let's talk about it.
Yes.
And let's write it down. Like, what do we want this environment to be? And together we drafted some what I call ground rules. But we crafted, this is going to be a place where it needs to feel like family, a place where it needs to be fun, a place where we enjoy coming to work, a place where we help each other, whether it's our job or not, we all pitch in and help each other. So we came up with a list of ground rules for what we wanted this place to be. We had an opportunity to create our work environment. And that, it just took me back to that, because this is what we're saying that you can do in your relationships. Create it. What does our relationship look like when it's vital, when it's thriving, even if it's not right now? What will it look like? What does vitality look like for us? And then begin to speak those things. We have fun with each other. You know what? We don't take anything too seriously.
Right.
We know how to laugh together. Like, write these things down of what it looks like, even if it's not right now. Just like on page 86.
You back in the book?
I'm back in the book.
The book is steeped in vitals.
Yes. We're not telling you to do anything that we haven't done or that we don't do.
What to do.
And we're not telling you what to do, but we're suggesting some tips and some strategies that have helped us along the way. We want everybody to have a vital relationship. Let's do this together.
Right.
And let's encourage each other along the way. But it just reminds me of page 86. Look at the chapter.
Be specific and speak it to
Be
existence.
specific and speak it into existence.
Yes.
So that's what we're asking you to do for your relationships, is to be specific and speak those things into existence. What does it look like if we're best friends? And what do best friends look like? And speak those things into existence. Yes. We support each other. We try to do some of the things that the other person wants. We surprise each other once in a while with gifts. Sometimes we just take time out just to do nothing together. Like, whatever it is, take the time to think about it, to vividly imagine, to desire it, to believe that it can happen, and to enthusiastically act upon it. And then at the end of the day, it will come to pass. So I was saying that on page 86, before I had any other things listed on page 86, I wrote down these things that I would like to see or have in a relationship. And I was not with him at this time. And I was not having any of the things that I wrote down. But in my mind's eye, I could imagine it vividly. I had a desire to have it. And I believe that it was possible. I didn't think it was anything that was too impossible. And I wrote these things down, even though I had absolutely none of them. I wrote down specifically,
Yes, you did.
outlined physically what I wanted to have in a relationship, what type of attitude, spiritually, what were the things that were needed, socially, mentally, what I needed to have in a relationship, emotional, what I needed the person to do and say, and what I needed this person to be. And this fully described in here. And if you're looking and you're single, you need to do the same thing, because we can create it.
Absolutely.
Right? We can speak some things into existence. So one of the things that we really are encouraging you to do for of vitality in your relationship is this first thing is to create your ideal relationship, to imagine what it can be, to see it, and then to write those things down so that, you're encouraging each other to make a list together and say, hey, listen, let me tell you, it's a new year. It's 2025. It's January. This is the perfect time to reimagine your relationships and to speak positive things for the year, and to set some positive goals and strategies, and put these vitals in place for the year, right, babe?
That's right. If you're outer, and what's outside is a reflection of what's going on in the inside, you may have to tackle some of those tough questions and some of that tough talk that you're giving yourself, or that you're giving to your relationship. So if what's coming out on the outside is not a reflection of what you really feel on the inside, or what you really want on the inside, you have to start taking account of those things and put those in perspective, and start to channel those things into a better and positive you. That's basically what we're asking you to do, and creating and establishing some of these vitals and some of this vitality in your relationship.
Yeah, we create our lives based on our deepest beliefs.
Exactly.
So if you believe that you're not cute, or you believe that you're just too heavy, or if you believe that you're not lovable, you're right. You are absolutely right. So how can anybody else see something different? You know what I mean? And you're exactly. Yeah. And how can other people even dote over you when you can't dote over yourself? But this is going to be the year of us doting over ourselves.
We're going to dote over ourselves this year.
And this is going to be the year of us doting over our relationships. And
yes, we do some doting over here. Billy Oat doting, Bobo Bedeaton Dotton.
We're going to do some doting.
We're going to be doing some Billy Oat doting, Bobo Bedeaton Dotton.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about the outside and the inside.
Yes, the outside.
And that's good too.
Reflection,
Yeah, that's good.
So start seeing yourself on the outside just as beautiful as you are on the inside. That's my take. Exactly, Amy. And thank you.
What did you say?
She said exactly.
And take some time to really analyze that critical inner voice, though. I'm not just going to push it out there like it's something easy to do, but really analyze what's going on with your inner voice. What are you really telling yourself? And what
I hate that part. Because believe you me, my inner self was telling me, ain't no way, boy, well, not so much. Well, I did have a strong desire, but there was an inner voice in me that was like, you're going to mess this up, or, you can't do this, or you can't, but I fought that every day with, just as much fervor and passion as it was coming out of my head.
But that's important. That's important to take note of it, to it's real.
Yeah.
And sometimes these thoughts and these feelings, they're real and they're happening. Right. But what we're saying is we're going to speak those things into existence. We're going to create these things, and we're going to counteract that. We're not going to let that take up too much time and space and real estate in our heads. We're going to counteract that this year, 2025. Yep. We're going to create something different. So when they come up, or if you know that they come up for you, then guess what? You need to attack them. You need to write some positive things, flip that thing on its head, and write some positive notes and put them around, or, establish some good thoughts. Or even if you need to put a tactic in, like something that has worked for people is, having a rubber band around your wrist. And every time you have those thoughts, just pop it. Just pop it and then replace it with something positive.
Right.
No, I am enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am enough. I am lovable. I am beautiful. Just replacing it with something positive and with something positive about your relationship
Mm-hmm.
and your spouse sometimes. And stay away from those always and those nevers. They get us in trouble every time because nobody always does anything. Or nobody never does anything.
Yeah.
So stay away from those. And if you're having just those thoughts, flip them.
Mm-hmm.
Flip them on its head and say and do just the opposite. So that's what we're encouraging you to do with that relationship vital number 1 is to create it. It's creating your ideal relationship by speaking it. Mm-hmm.
Very good. I like that. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
We talked about some of the things that keep our relationship vital.
Mm-hmm.
The dates, the adventures, the travel, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that one thing that also keeps us vital is our community. And I wanted to just bring that up. I know I'm sidebarring off ourselves.
No, that's good.
But I, just this past weekend, I have a couple friends of mine. We've done some travel. We've all had some heartaches and some bumps in the road, and we had some joyous times. But I just know that I seem to find a great vein of vitality in my community. Being surrounded by people with like-minded, that are like-minded or can speak positively to a bad situation or can encourage you through your situation or through your circumstance. Like I said, I had the guys over here for the NFC AFC championship game. And of course, I gave out a couple game balls to those guys because I really appreciate, and like what we're doing right now, trying to, reach out to our community. And so I find when you have a great community, you can find some vitality in your community too.
Yeah, you can encourage each other.
Yes,
and that's good. Sometimes we need that support to keep lifting each other up, and then check each other.
Yeah,
because if you find that someone's complaining a lot, you know what I mean, or they're stuck, or they're repeating something over and over, maybe even about their spouse that's really not true,
right?
But they kind of have it in their mind. You might just remind each other, your husband is faithful. Your husband is a servant. Your husband serves you. Your husband really does love you. So just checking each other in 2025. We're not going to let these negative things, this self-talk, this self-doubt, we're not going to let it rule and reign in 2025. We're going to speak things. We're going to create it. We're going to create it first. We're going to go back to this quote.
Better relationships.
Yes.
I like that. Creating, speak it,
yes.
Create it. Yes.
Yes. Whatever you vividly imagine and ardently desire, and then sincerely believe, and then enthusiastically act upon.
That's the vitality right there. The enthusiastically act upon,
and it must inevitably come to pass.
Because I always think I think about that vitality thing. There's a vitality to me is energy. So that release of that energy, that acting upon it, that telling yourself, that talking to yourself better, doing things that's going to make you feel better, saying things. Basically, we're talking about creation, so we're talking about the mind. Sometimes that creation has to come in a physical sense, or creating that time or that space where you be able to give yourself that compliment, taking the time, going to get a massage, going to get get your nails done, whatever it takes, so that you experience that vitality in your life. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to reset.
Yeah, you got to
recalibrate.
Resetting is good. Resetting is good for your vitality. Yes.
So I read somewhere, I'm going to find a number, but it says it can be hard to change those habitual thoughts. Yes. So some thoughts are habitual. You got a habit of thinking certain things, negative things, and it says that we have 60,000 thoughts in our heads each day, and the majority of them are habitual thoughts. And so it's going to take some
So
diligent effort.
Thoughts. You probably thought about the same thing 20,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great
Pretty much.
Pretty much about 20,000 times. Yes, things still running around
Habitual
in your head.
thoughts.
And it probably ain't even true. It probably ain't even true. You know what I mean? You're talking about your daggone self and you giving yourself a bad rap, and you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing that. Don't give yourself a bad rap.
Yeah. And don't give your relationship
Fight off stinking thinking. I like that. Who said that? Fight off stinking thinking. I like that. That's good.
So one of the things, you start by writing these inclusive statements that we're talking about and printing them down. Put it up in your bathroom mirror, put it on your refrigerator. Inclusive statements sound like I am a beautiful wife. I'm a loving mother. Yes. I'm patient with my spouse. I'm a good listener for my spouse. Just those things. My marriage is healthy. My marriage is happy. Oh, wow. As fast as my mind is going, you can double hers. Maybe Izzy got 120,000. Okay. Right? So whatever you want to feel or be, write it in the opposite. So write it in the positive, as if you've already achieved it. That's how you write these inclusive statements. In the positive, as if you've already achieved it, right? Yes. I am patient, with my spouse. I remain positive all day long, what I mean. I speak positive thoughts. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Guess what I want to get? Give them something.
Make it plain, right?
Make it plain.
And you know what? And if that's too much, if that's a stretch, then you write something like "I am becoming." Okay, if that softens it.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. I am becoming an incredible woman.
Start. Yeah.
I am becoming a person who's full of patience.
That's good.
I'm open to the possibility that I can create my happily ever after. Right? So these are the things that we're talking about creating. It's already done. These are the things we're talking about creating, right? If it helps, say these things out loud every time you see them on your bathroom mirror or on your refrigerator. So we're flipping this thing for 2025. We're going for vitality. We're attacking negative self-talk, and we're creating our ideal relationships by
so baby, can I ask a question? Mm-hmm. So we can start hanging. Listen, my wife was just doing. We had so many words all around the house, so she just got out of vein. So we gonna put some more words back up.
Yeah, it was a bit too much. Yeah, I was like, why? The house was talking to me. Everywhere I looked, the house was saying, this is our happy place. Live, love, laugh.
Just every sin was
like, why is the house talking to? Take all these words. We had too many words.
We had too many.
The house was doing too much
too many words all around the house, man. This house was talking.
It was talking good stuff, but it was just doing a lot of talking. Like, I need you to hush, house.
Yeah. House, hush.
Yeah. So the other thing to get out of, we talked about negative self-talk.
Yes. We talk about positive reinforcement.
And so stop making assumptions.
That's true.
Sometimes we make assumptions. They're not even true. They're not even right.
That's the I want to say, you always assume. That's what I was trying to get. What is that called? Oh, it was right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, we got to stop doing that. Yeah. Assuming the worst. Always assuming the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. About ourselves and about our relationships, and especially about our partners. Stop assuming the worst and start flipping it to something good. You know what I mean? If he's late 2 hours. Don't assume something bad. Assume, you know what? He could have stopped to look into something for me, or something good. So just the mind, it's a lot going on in the minds that we need to address when it comes to trying to go for this vitality. Mm-hmm. So let's stop making assumptions.
Hey, Miss Taylor.
Catherine Taylor.
How are you?
Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yay.
Thank you for joining us this
Thank
evening.
you.
Talking about relationship vitality.
We're going for vitality in these relationships.
Yes.
You know, we're not just going to be getting by.
V.
We want, and yeah.
You're going for the V.
Yeah. And we don't want to just, we want to win it by having fun.
Yes.
Just by having some energy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for vitality. It's not just being healthy and just being okay.
Yes.
But we're trying to go above and beyond that.
We're believing on it
for vitality.
That's
so the
right.
first thing that we're doing is we are creating it.
We're creating it.
So
Love
stop
it.
making assumptions.
Okay. I like that. That's where we are, right?
Yeah. Because sometimes it's our own interpretation of something and it's not right.
It's not right.
So let's just always try to let's push it for the positive. Let's
Yes.
push it over the cliff a little bit to the positive.
Give yourself and it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Okay.
First. Try. At least try.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard. Some of these things are hard, yes, because they're habits, and habits are hard to break. So we all know that habits are hard to break. So some of this stuff is going to take some work, but we encourage you to, indulge yourself.
Because the thing that you focus on is the thing that grows, right?
Yes.
So we're focusing on the positive aspects
and
of
we're talking
our marriage.
about the end game, how you want this thing to finish, how you want it to end, how you want it to end up, how you want your situation to end. Speaking.
Right. And we're talking about having the right mindset, because you can work on something for decades, but if your mindset is not right, you're not going to make much progress, right? So get your mindset right about yourselves and about your marriage. There's a
tell that story, baby.
There was a success formula. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay, I thought you was going to tell a story. I was trying to break it. That's okay.
There was a success story, a success formula that says potential plus training equals performance. Potential plus training equals performance. We need to put that in there.
Potential.
We need to put that in the chat. The potential plus training equals performance. And so if I think about a marriage, right? I mean, we believe that all marriages begin with love, right? All marriages, we believe they begin with love. So they had the potential to be happy marriages, right? We also know that marriages is the most difficult relationships that we can ever be in. So we are continually in training to better our marriages, or we should be in training to better our marriages. So if it started with love, it has potential. And then every day we should be constantly in training to better our marriages. So using this formula as it might apply to your marriage, you might assume that if you simply, put the tools and techniques in place, that it will be a happy one. But there's something else that gets in the way. And you know what that is? Did we talk about this? No, I had a thought. I don't think we talked about it. It's interference.
Oh, the interference.
Talking about interference.
Disturbance. I thought I was going to say disturbances.
It's same thing, because it's in your mind. It's the interference that happens mostly in your mind. Those habitual thoughts.
Right.
Oh, he'll never get it. He'll never understand. I'll never be good enough. We're never going to be happy. I'm not pretty enough. Just not enough. Just those habitual thoughts that, we're attacking. We're going after them this year.
Right.
If you sincerely believe your thoughts, they must inevitably come to pass. So our invitation is to flip that. Eliminate this interference in your mind and enthusiastically act upon becoming your own biggest cheerleader. And your relationship's biggest cheerleader.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
Cheer. Let me see you cheer. You got a cheer?
I got one for you later on. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. You ready to go to commercial?
Yes, I am. Hey, listen, guys, don't go anywhere. Come right back. We're going to be coming right back after we give you guys our commercial. Hey, Chuck, give it to us.
Lovebird fans, now that you've enjoyed their story, get ready to be inspired and uncover the pieces that make up the puzzle of your love story and make some happy memories together. The perfect tool has been created for you to journal your unique love story with your significant other. Order your copy at www.love-birds.com.
Yes. Hey, yes. Hey, listen, thank you guys for joining us today. We want to, of course, thank our Feel Good Talk family for joining us and help us with our broadcast. Our CEO, CFO, COO, Chuck Brakely behind the glass doing what he does. Hey, listen, we also want to encourage you guys to go out, get yourselves a copy of the LoveByrds story, how the class clown and the class president develop an extraordinary love. Also, with his companions, the best love story, the one we write together, the one we encourage you to write your love story. You get them both in the companion pack at $29.99 at LoveByrds.com. Hey, listen, thank you guys for joining us, man. We're talking about relationship and relationship vitality. And we were kind of get you guys kind of rewire your brain and your marriage for happiness.
Yes.
And kind of change the psychology of how you approach it. So we're trying to give you guys practical ways and practical tactics that you can use along your way and along your journey so that you can experience a vital relationship, some vitality in your relationship, that energy that's going to make it better, make it stronger.
It all starts with you.
It starts with you, and it starts right here in your head.
Yeah.
You can create it. You can speak it into existence.
That's right.
I'm a walking testimony to that, speaking it into existence, man. There's some things that I've spoken to the existence in the LoveByrds story that I'm talking about, where I said that our love would go across water and, go across the ocean and be in different continents on different islands and different countries, and that has come to pass. And some of the things, even in our relationship, just our love and our relationship, helping us get through some of the things that probably could have been a stumble or disturbance or interference. Speaking those things, speaking positivity over those things kind of caused me not to stumble in a lot of those areas. So it can be done. Trust me, it can be done. I'm a living testimony to that fact.
You can do it.
Yep.
Yay.
Yes. Hey, listen, we always got a bird seed for you guys, right? Is there anything else you want to say, baby, before we leave? Because I think we kind of covered it right now. We want you guys to start to rethink your whole process, man. Rethink the whole process. Listen, it may take 2 or 3 times. It's taken us a couple times to rethink the process and come up with some
recreate
and recreate. We talked about co-creating and recreating. Yeah, so we've done that also on one of our podcasts. We talked about what do we want to co-create. That was speaking and talking things into existence as we walk through our journey. So just back to and we've done a lot of those things.
Back to the quote. Yes. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and then enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass at Paul Meyer. You can do it.
You can do it.
Create it.
Create it.
Here's the bird seed.
Hey, listen, here's the bird seed. Give it to us, Chuck.
Energy,
thank you. That's
enthusiasm,
right. Keys to your vitality in your relationship: energy, enthusiasm, and
vitality. Right. Go for it.
Yes.
Create it.
Create it.
We're the LoveByrds. I'm Darlene Bird.
I'm William Bird.
Together we the LoveByrds. We love people. We love love.
And we love
you.
Hey,
Go for vitality.
Go for vitality.